So Games Workshop is building up the hype for the big 40k 10th edition Leviathan release. Let's take a look at two animated teaser trailers, Games Workshop giving away some free Tyranids, and also the date that you'll be most likely getting the models in your hands, 24th of June. Hello and welcome back to Warspets Tactics, where today I thought we'd do a quick roundup of some of Games Workshop's teasers and hypes to do with the 40k Leviathan box, perhaps none of which really needed a video all to itself, but I did think that all of these were quite good fun. We've got two animated teasers, some free Tyranids, a collectible Tyranid coin, and a rather interesting date, so let's take a look at what we've got. As I'm sure basically all of you will be well aware by now, the Leviathan box is going to be coming out sometime in late June. Given Games Workshop's timeframes and how they've done things previously for Age of Darkness and the past edition of 40k, sometime in mid to late June seemed pretty likely, almost certainly around the 17th or the 24th, and the 24th already had a fair few other things pointing to it. It sounds like a fair few Games Workshop staff kind of softly know that that's going to be the launch day. Before that, there'll probably be around about 2 or 3 weeks pre-orders for the Leviathan box, and it does appear that if that date is correct, that will be a 2-week pre-order now, as if it was a 3-week pre-order, we'd know that it will be coming this week. As mentioned, this does seem to be backed up by their free miniature teaser, so most likely we're going to be pre-ordering the box set on the 10th of June, I'd guess. As we ramp up to this, Games Workshop has released 3 fun teasers, all kind of interesting in their own way, 2 of them small little hype videos, and now there's the announcement of free Tyranid termagants going in Games Workshop stores. Let's take a look at each of them one by one. First up, we've got a short but fairly good fun animated teaser, basically titled Neurogaunt meets Power Fist, and to be fair to Games Workshop, it seems to do what it says on the tin. It's a quick little animation on the Warhammer TV channel, a Neurogaunt in the red corner and a Terminator in the blue. As you might have imagined, the conflict doesn't exactly last all that long, perhaps so much so that Games Workshop feel that we need to even slow down the trailer and take a look at the Terminator smashing that Neurogaunt into pulp with a slow-mo shot of a Power Fist in action. I think it's quite a fun little teaser trailer, maybe not the most unexpected outcome of this whole affair, and building up a bit of hype for Leviathan as 2 of the models that are within it. It is kind of funny that they're choosing to fight the Terminator against about one of the smallest Tyranids that you can get, much weaker than a Hormagaunt in game apparently, with just the 1 strength 3 melee attack. Neurogaunts do just seem to be things that you'll be having around for screening and maybe protecting bigger Tyranids. We haven't seen their full datasheet yet, but it does look like they push out Synapse range to a little bit further, though hopefully that isn't all that they do, as that wouldn't be the most exciting in the world, even if they are just a little vassal swarm. My very deep tactical analysis is that Terminator probably wins, though who knows, maybe Mr. Neurogaunt was just fulfilling his grand scheme within the Hive Fleet and holding up the Terminator for a few crucial moments while something else nasty gets stuck into the rest of the Space Marine force. I think it's a fun if fairly simplistic little animation, clearly not with quite the same sort of quality as they did with the big budget main reveal trailer that they did. I do think it's kind of fun to see a Power Fist animated in action though, as we didn't really see that much during the launch trailer. Following it up, it has the teaser Leviathan makes planetfall this June, so not so very long to wait. Next up, we had a slightly dubious looking holiday advert, this one asking you to pack your suitcase and leave for Warhammer 40k, with some nice postcards from the Segmentum Pacificus, and advising the viewer to take in scenic Ogram. For the most part, they managed to find some footage that doesn't have too many Tyranids in, and the Tyranids that they do show off are apparently just part of the native fauna and flora, all very fascinating I'm sure. And they managed to build those bubbling digestion pools as nothing more than hot springs, though I wouldn't want to take a dip if it were me. It is a little bit on the weird side, but quite fun and tongue-in-cheek I think. Perhaps the most interesting bit out of this one was that they said why not go to Ogram, which was mentioned in the recent Lore Masters video, this one being a hive world in the Formida system which apparently the Tyranids are attacking in force, and it's kind of close to the world of Sanctum where Lord Solar and Trajan Valoris were taking down some Tyranids. As this is a promotion video for the Leviathan launch, it seems like it could well be the setting for the Leviathan box set, at least in the lore. It used a bunch of footage clearly from the reveal trailer, and the reveal trailer basically was the Leviathan box in action, so I'd guess there's at least a reasonable chance that upcoming Leviathan novel that they've talked about will be set on this world. I can't imagine that their holiday industry is really thriving at the moment though. Finally, and in a fairly interesting Warhammer community post today, apparently they're going to be giving away free Tyranid miniatures later in June. This post is one of their regularly scheduled ones in which they promote their Warhammer stores, actually trying to get people into the brick and mortar stores and entice them with various things, some genuinely free miniatures if you turn up, a collectible coin that's only unlocked if you pay a fair bit of money through buying models, and also some slightly discounted paints that won't be quite as discounted as buying them through a third-party retailer. Apparently in June there's not going to be just one, but there's going to be 2 different miniatures that are available free. The Saurus Warrior is part of their whole Seraphon Lizardmen reboot that they're doing at the moment for Age of Sigmar. Apparently that's going to be coming out on the 3rd of June. And then more interesting for predicting Warhammer 40k things, that Tyranid Termagant is apparently going to be coming out on the 24th of June. And they say that anyone who turns up to a Warhammer store, provided they've got some left, will be able to have their own free Termagant to take home with them. I think this is quite a nice little promotion as it goes to actually get people into their stores. Realistically, you can't really do all that much with just one miniature, unless you decide to somehow be very industrious and manage to visit all sorts of Games Workshop stores all over the country, though I think by the time that you've travelled to all of those you might have well just bought a box. I think it's quite a fun idea though, just to give people a little miniature to paint. Certainly could get them interested in an army, and if not, it's just something fun to look good on the shelf. Again, tying in with the Leviathan launch, it looks like the June collectible coin is a Tyranid themed one. I guess they're cool enough, some people really quite like them. For me, it's not the sort of thing that I'd really go out of my way to get. I believe that the entry cost for them is quite high. I think that you have to spend $100 US in the store to get one. I think it's £80 in the UK if memory serves me right. Probably a nice to have if you are picking up something big on that launch day. Maybe if they do happen to have a few copies of that Leviathan box set left after the initial rush, then that could be one way to unlock one. I know a lot of people are quite seriously expecting them to sell out instantly with this one, but even with Indomitus they had quite a hefty amount shipped to their brick and mortar stores as well as the ones that were available online. That could definitely be another way that you could pick up the big box set if it does really turn out that Games Workshop has underproduced them and the online rush carries off the full stock too quickly. I genuinely do think that the date on the Tyranid, though, basically confirms that the Leviathan box set will be coming out on that date. I think logically it's the only one that it can be now. The pre-order will definitely be a couple of weeks affair due to logistics and Games Workshop shipping them out to stores. They have confirmed that Leviathan's actually coming out in June. If it was coming out the week before, we'd know about it already due to the pre-order being announced, and they can't leave it the week later and it still be in June, as that gets you into July on the 1st. Perhaps not so very long to wait now, it would seem. Looks like it's less than 4 weeks till the Leviathan boxes ship out. Let me know what you make of these anyway. What did you make of Games Workshop's two little animations? And would you be tempted to go into a store to pick up a free Tyranid if one's convenient for you? And would you agree that this makes the 24th of June seem very likely to be launch day? Look forward to hearing all your thoughts down in the comments below. Feel free to subscribe to Auspex Tactics if you'd like to see more like this. I'll certainly try and keep on top of the news and rumours that come out of Games Workshop regarding 10th and future releases. Finally, if you have been enjoying all the videos on the channel, I would just like to mention that Auspex Tactics does have a Patreon page as well, and you can find that linked in the video description if you'd like to help support and keep these videos coming. The channel's Patreons are the main way that I can keep this channel going as my main thing, and a massive thank you to all of you guys helping support. If you were interested in checking it out, channel patrons get a few advantages, seeing certain videos early, regular votes to see what sort of things happen next on the channel, and automatic entry into the regular prize giveaways with a chance to win some big model kits each month. If any of that sounds good to you, or you'd just like to help support, the link is down in the video description. In any case, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.